A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Rodgers now on first down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And the Packers are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up first and goal.
Here's Rodgers. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Now Cousins.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On the return is Cohen. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 92 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Shoves him aside. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But they'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, Vikings! He can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short. He can take it long. Or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
start the drive. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nwogu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. After one, 17-7 is our score. Let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now Cousins on 4th down. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. Well, when you draft a guy that high defensively, you hope he can make some plays for you, and he does indeed get the interception there, Charles, in his first NFL ball game.
And to think that if there was any flaw to his game coming out of college, the way that we looked at tape and judged it, it was his pass coverage, defending the pass. But that's just a great instinct right there to sniff that one out, be in the right position, and come away with the interception.
On 2nd and 1, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers caught on a slant. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Complete once again to Watson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So now the Packers turn things over to special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Cohen. The ball comes out. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You hate every fumble. You really hate that. You're going to have great field position, and then he coughed it up.
Well, they went from elation to deflation in a hurry, didn't they? I mean, everything was working just right for them. That type of a return, that field position that they expected to have.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Cousins gives way to Cook. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And complete right side to Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
From the red zone now, Cousins. That's going to be caught.
And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over first and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. Really nice run.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That'll give them 8 that time. It's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Cousins now. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. Play action now. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. The slot man in motion right. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That is caught by Thielen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Cousins again. Flush to his right. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. On third down, Cousins. This is caught. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety. Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Fourth down, Cousins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 57 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He finds Watson. It's caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Rodgers to throw once more. Now he's got it. Touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less.
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles. And a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything. Okay.
For Christian Watson, Andrew Booth there defensively.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
He finds Watson complete and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. Boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Cousins on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Cousins will try and throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose.